So, Mary Beth, you were diagnosed with dementia at a younger age. Can you tell us more about your life experience, your journey, how you've learned to live well with this condition?
Mm. Well, you know, I was 45 at that time of diagnosis, and that really,
Mm,
if you think about it, it's in the midst of your life,
of
whether that's
course.
your career, whether that's your family life, whether doesn't matter. I was in the midst of my life, and as I became cognitively more challenging, then um, that started to affect my relationships um, to a point where I was the money maker for our family, and I used to travel around the world. I was a leader in IT, and when I was diagnosed, I was told I couldn't drive effective immediately. So the impact that that had on a young life was tremendous.
Of
My
course.
daughter Brianna, who was 17
Mm,
at the time of diagnosis, all of a sudden became this thing that she didn't know what was going on. And then
yeah,
now we started calling her my care partner, my young care partner.
yeah,
Well, her life went upside down and backwards, let alone my partner who always looked to me to be kind of the strong one and the one, the money earner and things like that. I was always the driver. And all of a sudden she had to take that role. And it's not something that either one of them wanted or asked for, but certainly it has impacted them. And the interesting thing too is about the rarity they say for um, dementia. It's actually that too is a myth because there are many, many more cases of people living with young
yeah.
onset um,
Yes,
than is diagnosed. And there's lots of reasons for that. People get scared. They don't want to go to the
of
doctor
course.
if they're telling them they have cognitive impairment. They're afraid of losing their license. So that home and community support then all of a sudden played into our life.
Mm,
And
mm.
now I was having these people coming into our home, and I'm very stubborn, and I can hear Don go, "Yes, you are." Very stubborn. I don't like being told what to do, especially when I think I can do it or I don't need to do it. And so now I'm into these awkward situations with people who think they know more or more better than I do, telling me what in my own home. And that doesn't sit well at all. And so then out of that then becomes I get agitated.
Yeah.
So it, Don was really good at working with technology, um, which is I think I was lucky because of my age. I had a lot of experience with technology versus maybe someone
Yes.
who's older. So that actually went well for me. And so we use technology all the time in our home, even just for me to do some barbecue. I can do a barbecue now with
Yeah.
I have two watchers, but it gets me to be able to do the barbecue. So young onsets here. I don't think people look very hard because they don't want to see it.
Of course. Of course. They are in denial.
Yeah, can I just add, if
Sure.
people do get diagnosed with young onset, there is again a bias for us guide focused on young onset. So
Mm,
it's based on experiences of those who are living with that.
yep.
That might be helpful. I think I just want to reiterate, I was a family care partner at one point in my life to my grandmother, and my grandfather got it later in life, a diagnosis of
Yes.
dementia, and it's hard for family members. Like I said, a lot of us don't know, and
Of
even
course.
I've been educated in it. When it comes to your own family member, sometimes it feels like it's a different story. So it's so important for people living with dementia to connect with other people living with dementia. And I would say the same for family members, connect with other family care partners to learn and to share and to get that support. But again, the bias for us guides are really great. And I just want to say, for family members, there's another great resource. It's called In the Moment.
In the moment. Yeah.
It's developed by a lady by the name of Karen Stobie, and she was a family care partner. So she has a lot of resources and education that might be helpful too.
Yes, yes, agree. I just feel like because of all your efforts, Jessica and Maribeth, for you being very proactive,
Mm.
in giving so much awareness, not only about in general dementia, but also as well the young onset dementia. I think with that initiatives or with that being proactiveness, there will be a lot of young people who would, they will start accepting that they have this. I think they
Mm.
it will this advocates that you are doing, it will help them to move or to remove that denial in their mind that they're gonna accept what they are encountering right now. It's because it's somehow helps them feel there's there are people who are understanding them, there are people who are supporting them, so they will feel more confident, they will feel more open about it. I think that's how I feel because of all your advocates projects initiatives right
I
now.
think I think we can add the word hope in
Mm.
there
Hope. Yes, yes, agree.
because that's exactly what is taken away from us at the point of
Yeah.
diagnosis. There's very few doctors who provide hope at diagnosis.
Yes.
You know, so there's many pathways that could happen right at that very moment in time, and
Yeah.
it's we always seem to default to the medical pathway.
Yes.
Where it's you're going to take this medication, you can't do this, you have to do this. There's no hope in that.
Mm-hmm.
And so we as a society, it doesn't matter what your level of education is.
Of course.
It's we need to help give people hope,
Yes.
and
That's the
that will
key.
change their lives.
Yes.
You
That's
know,
the
just to add with that, there are so many people that Mary Beth and I know who are living with dementia who've been living well for many, many years. One of them is Christine Bryden, who's based in, I think, the UK. And she's been living with dementia for 29 years. She's written a number
wow.
of books that we were inspired by. And so, and Mary Beth's been living well since 2012. And we know so many more who've
Yes.
been doing that. So hope is, Mary
The
Beth's
key.
absolutely right. And you also mentioned being proactive. I think that's also important, is
Yes.
that when we know what's good for our bodies and minds, we have to make that a habit, engage in eating well, sleeping well, physical
Yeah.
activity, brain exercise, all of that, but doing other things that are meaningful for that individual will also help them live well.
Agree.
And Mary Beth's been, I can't say it enough, such a strong advocate. She's done so much in creating hope, but also I think it's also helpful for her. Would you
Yes.
Yeah,
agree, Mary Beth?
yeah. Well, you know, it's it's a terrible thing to wake up not feeling that you're important or not feeling that you can contribute to anything.
Of course.
And that is what, again, that's what many people are told. And so how do you get yourself out of that muck that someone
Yes.
else has put on top of you? You know,
Mm.
how do you get through all that muck and then to try and find the sunlight to get warm by? And it takes effort and it takes
It's
you
time.
know and sometimes it's just a matter of meeting the right person.
Yeah.
In my world, it was Jessica and Lisa Cassell who said, forget all that, forget all the medical stuff. You can live a great life, and it was actually them who helped
Of
really
course.
bring hope
Yep.
to myself and my family.
Yep. I agree on you, Maribeth, in terms of meeting the right person, because that's the person who will really bring you up, not bring you down. Because I mean, not only with the situation we have right now, but in general, meeting the right people, meeting the right person for you to bring you up, unleash your potential,
Yeah.
believe in you, not take advantage of you. I think that's really important. Thank you so much for that.